it wasn't for DVS, I would be in a continuous cycle of abuse. My son would still be in that cycle. I didn't even look at myself as a victim. I looked at myself as somebody who's conditioned to cope with it, to deal with it.
When I was being abused, that I had to turn around and go to school and basically act like everything was fine, but then come home to that same reality of the abuse, and that hurt.
It's so important to break that domestic violence cycle on time.
The saving of my son's life, that's what helped me break the cycle, along with the support of DVS. DVS is like an amazing onion peeler.
That's a good metaphor, actually. You start peeling the layers, you know? But then you start crying, and then whether it's crying because you're happy or whether you're crying because, it's not an easy road.
Oftentimes we have clients that from calling our crisis line, that was the first time they ever reached out for service or assistance, and that alone takes a big toll on them. It's a lot of information being let out that they maybe never heard themselves have to say.
Prior to DVS, I was not living. I think life was just living me. I wasn't really living life.
The hardest step is that very first step, which is giving us a call, but we will hold your hand throughout the whole process.
I had a realization that everyone has a voice. It wasn't like I had duct tape over my mouth. It's like I took it off and I started speaking, and if I wasn't speaking, I picked up a pen and I started drawing.
When a client or family is coming into shelter, it's terrifying, right? We'll have clients that they just don't even know where to start. So we'll assist and guide with the most basic things of like food, toiletries.
There was just harmony and peace and being allowed to be still with me in that moment. It was like a home away from home, but with support, with sisters, with love, with so much safety.
They may sleep actually a lot because they've been tired the entire time when they were in their relationship, especially if they live with their partner.
And then I got sleep, so much sleep, rest. I didn't even realize how tired I was because it wasn't something that I was used to having. I think the last time I felt safe was maybe 18 years ago.
If it wasn't for DVS, I'd be in a lot of pain. My mom would be in a lot of pain. We'd kind of just be shackled, imprisoned.
The most powerful thing that I learned while I was there was the education that woke me up. It was as if the blinds were closed and somebody opened them and I could see clearly.
They're learning so much about their abilities that they may not have known that were there.
The tools that they gave me before I left, the assurances that they gave me before I left, the security that I have a right to have a voice, I have a right to safety, I have a right to peace. These are words that I would repeat if I got triggered. These are words that I would repeat just day to day, even at the grocery store. I still say it today.
Sometimes a simple task for many that have the privilege of having independence can be a very heavy and difficult task, or even an emotional one.
It makes me feel like it wasn't for nothing. It makes me feel like there are people that are set here to change the dynamics, one person at a time.
What we do with clients as far as advocacy, giving referrals, and overall education is prevention as well. We're giving them the knowledge and the tools to utilize for their future. Their newfound sense of independence, yes, it's really empowering, but also it's really scary.
I did feel scared a little bit, but DVS was still right there, like I was bugging them. I think the biggest thing, especially what Caro told me, is taking one day at a time.
I realized just how lucky and blessed I was to have someone as strong as my mom and for someone as great as DVS to step in and help. And I really appreciate that.
I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you, DVS, for being a part of our journey, impacting our journey, being a monumental force in our journey. And thank you, DVS, for changing our lives and saving our lives.